Buongiorno, buon popolo. In the life of the church, it's very easy to become preoccupied with the life of the church. This does not mean that the church is not important. Of course it is. And our fellowship together at St. Francis is precious. But we should always remember that the church is not an end in itself. It is a means to a greater purpose, which is the realization of God's kingdom on earth as it is in heaven. On a good day, the church, therefore, is a foretaste of heaven, a place where people of all generations gather to worship God, to pray for the world, and to enable each other to be ministers of God's love in the world. The Spanish 16th century mystic Teresa of Avila wrote these words: "Christ has no body but yours, no hands, no feet on earth but yours. Yours are the eyes with which he looks compassion on this world. Yours are the feet with which he walks to do good. Yours are the hands with which he blesses all the world. Yours are the hands, yours are the feet, yours are the eyes, you are his body. Christ has no body now but yours, no hands, no feet on earth but yours. Yours are the eyes with which he looks compassion on this world. Christ has no body on earth but yours." As the body of Christ, we are the means by which Christ's work is done. Sometimes this is as a group of Christians, whether it's our times of worship and learning together, or our times of action on behalf of others, our place of welcome, tea and toast, baby and toddler group, the Christian aid group, soup lunches, eco group, our provision of community space in our hall, our activities to build up and support each other, whether it's in pastoral care, in life events, baptisms, marriages and funerals, and social events that build up a sense of community. Because our work is so important, we are all the more grateful for those who are able to support us financially, for in so doing they enable us to play our part not only as a parish but across the wider diocese. So a massive thank you also to those who give of their time in so many ways to resource our church. And a special thank you this week to the organisers and helpers and supporters of last week's summer fair. We're still tallying the income and some small costs incurred, but we've raised more than £2,200 in an event that brought together people of all ages from across our community. Well done, everyone. In celebrating this achievement, we mustn't lose sight that the purpose of the church is to be an agent of God's love in the world. And so I do encourage everyone watching this video or reading this article to ponder how their daily lives in the workplace, as volunteers, with their families or in their neighbourhoods, are opportunities for being the eyes and the hands and the feet of Jesus. This coming weekend, I will be attending the General Synod, which has its summer meetings in York. Its agenda reflects this outward-looking concern, including planning a route map to net carbon zero by 2030, an emergency motion urging peace in Ukraine, more work on living in love and faith, on relationships, gender, sexuality and marriage, more improvements on safeguarding systems, and enhancing the welcome of disabled people. Amongst motions from individuals and dioceses, there is also one on assisted dying, an increasing moral conundrum in our society, and another on age verification for pornography on the internet. Of course, there are many other issues, some of which will be debated in fringe meetings, and in the mechanism of questions, a bit like parliamentary questions to ministers, I've asked 2 written questions. One on allowing tenant farmers to plant trees in hedgerows on land owned by the church commissioners, and another to the Pensions Board on working with other UK pension funds to support emerging economies elsewhere in the world on investment in climate transition. In these and so many other ways, from our individual lives to the global community, God is calling us to be agents of the change that God longs to see in all that he has created.